Hey, what's up, YouTube? Red Feather Free. I want to talk to you about ancient sages and the philosophies that they taught and how they're actually being validated by modern physics, quantum physics, and string theory. I have two things I want to speak about as far as ancient mythologies go and parallels that I find in reality and the true and actual fundamental nature of things. First of all, I'm reading a few books by Arthur Avalon on the Tantra, or Shiva and Shakti energy, the serpent power. And I'm reading another book right now. I'm actually reading a lot of books, but another book that I'm reading right now is by C.J. Bleecker. It's called Hathor and Thoth. Now, I see these two to be parallels. The Indian deity and or god and goddess, Shiva and Shakti, correspond to the Egyptian Thoth and Hathor. Now, Hathor being the infinite containing void or abyss that has the ability to create a virgin birth from itself and contains all things within it. Hathor represents the subconscious of the human mind, as does Kali. It can be destructive as well as creative. It's all powerful. And then you have Thoth, or the conscious agent, the observer, which corresponds to Shiva. And it is Thoth is the god of the moon, so a luminescence of occult, of mystery. Together they create the mystery that is existence by intertwining creation and destruction into and out of existence. Thoth ensures that balance is maintained, order is maintained, that law is upheld, that Ma'at, the feather of truth, is observed, as the rhythmic coming into and out of existence continues. And Hathor ensures that the continuing will continue forever, because from her contains a limitless and infinite source of power, which I think the ancient Egyptians understood and somehow knew how to harness the vacuum energy. As we see at the temple in Dendera, the priestmen holding what appear to be giant light bulbs coming from battery-looking things that had something to do with what appear to be mushroom effigies. And the mushroom, the Amanita muscaria, is actually a representation of both Thoth and Hathor. He represents both of them. They're both psychopompouses, or guides of the dead. She represents the subconscious mind. He represents the conscious mind. Together, the unification creates one whole. And the Amanita muscaria mushroom is the fruit that Hathor has given us from the tree of knowledge in order to cross over the chasm, the corpus callosum, and unite the hemispheres of our brain and become one whole consciousness, to unite Thoth and Hathor and create existence, consciousness as we realize it. I thank you for tuning in. I've had a lot of revelations, epiphanies lately, and one of the things is nothing is linear. Everything is an arc. Everything contains or is an arc of the covenant, of the force that brings all things into existence. Everything, including the possibility, the waveform possibility that is Hathor or Nuit, or the subconscious. It still represents arcs of possibility. We only perceive things to be linear because we're only taking a brief glimpse at a much larger picture that is still an arc. If you look in quantum physics, this is also very much proven. We are all arcs of the covenant. Thank you for tuning in. Bless you. Know that you are a very special creation, and inside you there is a soul that is the eternally burning flame. It cannot be extinguished. If any message I can ever get out to you sticks, I only hope that the message to have a belief in yourself is the one that does. That's the one that is the most important, because you are all there is. I am who am. Namaste.